Oh, where'd he go? There he is. Oh, there he is. How you doing, Coach? We are live already. Coach. I already got us going. Beto Duran, Coach Joel Diaz. You see him. We are ready to go. First ThursDIAZ of 2021. Of course, I'm Beto Duran. That's Coach Joel Diaz. And everybody has been excited, ready to go. And they're like wondering, Beto, are you guys going to do the show today? Hey, Coach, I kid you not. I'm still not feeling the best. Then I got more messages, and I got my little cafecito. I said, you know what? I texted you, and I was like, Coach, are you up to it? And you're like, vamos, let's go, send it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Here for the people. So this is the first time we've seen each other since December 10th. And a lot has happened there. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you, Coach Joel Diaz. How are you doing? I know you just got done with the gym right now and working guys out, and you're at home. And how are you feeling?
You know, I'm feeling great. Thank you, man. I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year's. I know last year wasn't a great one. And we're just looking forward to 2021 to be better for everybody. Everybody that's watching us. I wanna wish him personally Happy New Year's, and you know, like you said, Beto, we all went through it. You went through it first, and you know, you're not feeling well. I'm feeling good. Honestly, I can tell you this: I went through it. I got COVID myself here at home, my whole family, and we pulled through. We were at home. I just think that things happen for a reason. Honestly, thank God we're great. Everybody here at home got it. And a lot of things happened or were going to happen. And due to COVID, we had to stay home. So we spent Christmas together, New Year's together. We were here. So thank God I'm good. I was excited to go back to the gym. Actually, this is my first week back in the gym. You know, we have a lot of work. We have Bektemir fighting at the end of the month, and we got some fights that are already scheduled for the beginning of the year. So I was just more than anything excited to get back. Monday, you know, I took some extra days, extra time. The doctor told me, you're fine. The doctor, when I called the doctor, he says, you're fine now. He says, but wait a couple more days. When he says wait a couple more days, I waited 5 more days. I just wanted to make sure that I was 100%. I mean, honestly, I lost like 14 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, just being home, fever at night, and it was just crazy. You get the chills, my body aching here and there.
Yeah.
I didn't get it as bad as you, but yes, I had fever at night here and there. So I felt it the first day going back to the gym because I was like a kid in a candy store. I wanted to get back to the gym. I was like, I wanted to work with everybody. I wanted to do mitts with every single fighter, even Antonio, man. It was crazy. That's how I felt. You know, I'm not the type of person that likes to be at home. So when I got the opportunity to walk out of the house and go to the gym, I was very excited. I was like a kid in a candy store, honestly. And that day, I felt it. I started doing mitts with one of the guys. And then the second kid I started working with, I started feeling like my breathing, it was a little hard. I got tired really quick. But then I pulled through, finished my day. When I got home, honestly, I feel like when I was fighting myself, I felt like I fought 12 rounds. And I came home and just laid on the couch and slept. By now, today is Thursday. I felt good. Everything at the gym is going great. We trained today. And then actually train the pros earlier, and we haven't been training the little guys, you know, the amateurs. So I told Antonio, let's get the kids going. We've been training them at the ranch, but right now it's cold. So what we did is we brought a small group of kids, and brought them to the building, to our future home. So this is the first time we train at our new gym.
Awesome.
It's already up, and you know, it needs some cosmetic work, but a lot of things are already done. We got walls, we got a roof, we got light, we are power now, and we got water. So brought the kids in today the first time, and
That's
brought
awesome.
a small group of kids, and we train them. That's why when you text me and said you want to do it, I said let's do it. Just give me 8:30. That way it gives me time to train the kids. So we train them from 6 to 7:30,
Yeah.
and I just got home.
Yeah, it's great to hear that, Coach. And it's what we went through. And so I'm looking back at the dates right now. December 10th is the last time we did a show, and then the week after I went to San Antonio for the Canelo fight, and then obviously I couldn't do it because I got positive that week. Then we had Christmas Eve and we had New Year's Eve, so we had no show. So this is the first time, and I can hear it in your voice. You're tired. I'm tired, and it's the weirdest things of what's going on. So for those of you guys that don't know, I got COVID the week after we did that last show. And I did the show that Thursday. That Friday, I tested negative. I worked on CBS on Sunday. Fine. That Monday, tested again, negative. I flew to San Antonio. I did Wednesday, I did a bunch of interviews for Golden Boy. I did 2 different podcasts. I was perfectly fine. They knock on my door and they tell me, Beto, you're positive. And I'm like, there's no way. Like, same thing that I'm thinking, the same thing that happened in the Munguia fight. I have a false positive. I'm like, no, I need a test again. They're like, Texas, we're not testing you again. Here's what you got to do. You got to put on this hazmat suit. You are getting out of here. You are going to a different hotel. And I'm like, I'm bummed because like I have a chance to work the Canelo fight, and I'm like, hell yeah, it's a big deal. I'm doing the undercards with Sergio, with Jesse Vargas. I have a bunch of stuff going on, and they're like, you're gone. So I had to go. They rented me a car to leave from San Antonio to drive to LA. And I felt perfectly fine. And I was bummed because I'm like, this is what's going to happen to me. Here it is. I get the false positive. I didn't do anything. And that picture right there that I'm showing, they came to my room and they told me, Beto, you are contagious right now. You need to leave, put the suit on, and we're going to escort you out of the hotel. So,
wow.
Like, that's how good I felt. I'm taking a picture, joking around. I'm thinking I'm good.
Yeah.
And I walked out of the hotel. The Zone and Matchroom did a great job of taking care of me. They sent me to another hotel. Everything was fine. I had no symptoms the next day. But because I'm positive, I have to drive home. So I was like, hey, you know what? They told me to take my time. Road trip. I get to El Paso. I'm a tourist, coach. No problem. I stay in El Paso, no problem. I go to Phoenix, no problem. I thought I was still fine. I was in Phoenix, and I planned a trip to the Grand Canyon because I'd never gone before. So I was like, hey, si me están pagando el carro, let's go. So I'm thinking, I'm going to go to the Grand Canyon. I already had figured out how to get there, all that other stuff. I stayed in Phoenix, and in the middle of the night, boom, that's when it hits me. The chills, the fever, the sweats. I'm 6'1", and I'm curled up in the fetal position. Like, what is going on? And I ended up staying in Phoenix for a couple of nights. You did. I appreciate you, Coach. You checked in on me. You told me what vitamins to take that your doctor friends had told you. People that checked in on me and all that other stuff. I wasn't gonna say anything, but then the reason I even said it is because somebody posted that they were filling in for me and that I was positive. They didn't say my name, but they just said that I was positive. That the DAZN host was positive. That's when I was like, all right, here it is. And then I was in Phoenix Friday and Saturday, and I was just like dead. I did not move. I did not shower. I didn't go anywhere. No food, no nothing. And that's when I saw on my Instagram a couple mensos out there partying and doing stuff with no mat, and just young people. And I was like, you know what? If I could bring awareness to somebody, like, look, remember, Coach, before I even left, I said, I'm staying in the garage. I'm staying away from people. I'm not around anybody. Right. I thought I had a false positive, and it hit me, so it can hit anybody. And I was like, let me bring some awareness to this. Like, you might think you don't have it, and I had no symptoms, and here it is. And I lost 12 pounds in a couple of days. I ended up driving home that Monday, so things were fine. And that was 3 weeks ago. Wait, that was... Yeah, 3 weeks ago. And to right now, like today, I went and did some errands. I went to the market, went to the pharmacy. Driving around, I got tired. I'm like, I gotta lay down. So I'm back to working on CBS on Sundays. And when I'm on TV, the adrenaline is getting you. Like just like when you're at the gym, right, Coach? You're good, you're good. As soon as you're done, como it hits you. It hits you, bro. And it's gonna take a while for that. It's no joke, Coach.
It is inevitable, Beto. I see this thing is
It's nasty.
for for some reason I think it's gonna catch up to everybody sooner or later. I mean, you know us, we've been taking care of ourselves due
Yeah.
to the sport of boxing. We have to protect everybody in the gym. We have to protect ourselves because we got events coming up. Same with you. I mean, the way you tested positive in Texas, the same way I did. I thought it was a negative myself,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it hit me. I was in Vegas for Cub Swanson's fight on the 12th, December 12th. 2 days before that, I arrived. I tested on Thursday. My results were Friday, and I was negative. And then they tested me again Friday afternoon. My results got in on Saturday, and I was negative. So I decided to stay in Vegas for one day, which was Sunday. And I was with the family. We went out to the outlets, but it was outdoors. You know, we didn't have no contact with people at all.
Yeah.
We had our masks. Actually, we had a double mask. And that night we went to dinner and went to the restaurant, but we were away from people. We never got close to anybody. We were away from people. That was Sunday. I came back Thursday. I came back to India on Monday. Went to the gym Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, I was called to work a fight in Mexicali, across the border, but it was just going back. But I know Mexicali is a little bit bad.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I went and I was very aware. But I was already feeling a little bit sick. Like I thought I had a cold, a simple cold. I felt Thursday like I had a little bit of a cold. So I went, and as soon as we crossed the border, I remember I put on gloves, I put on my mask. We got there. The fighter was already ready. He was wrapped, ready to warm up. So what I did is, I did a little bit of mitts with him. Never removed my mask. We walked up to the ring. He fought. He knocked the kid out in one round. We walked out of the ring, and I tell him, "Okay, man, I'll see you later. Good job, congratulations." As soon as we walked out of the arena, we got in the car, removed my gloves. Before we got in the car, I took off my gloves, hand sanitizer, my mask, and go. Came back home. The following day was Friday, and I had to do a test that was required by PBC because I was going to work a fight on the 26th. I was going to be in the bubble for Christmas, okay, in LA. So Friday night, I went to get a COVID test, which was required by PBC. So I went in there, and the doctor tells me, "You have a little bit of a temperature." I said, "Really? I feel like a little bit under the weather." Hey, Roberto.
We're telling COVID stories right now, Roberto.
Yeah.
Mi querido Joel, gusto
Roberto,
verte. It's been so long.
igualmente.
Happy New Year,
Feliz año.
guys.
Yeah.
Igualmente, feliz año, feliz año.
Yeah. All right. So, Coach, you're gonna go to Christmas. You're gonna be at the PBC bubble.
I was on Friday, so I go to the doctor, and as they're doing the test on me, the doctor tells me, "You have a little bit of a fever." I said, "Yeah, for the last couple of days, I've been feeling like I'm gonna get a cold." She goes, "Okay." So she did the test. So that was Friday. So Saturday, I woke up like I had a cold, but I was feeling good. I was taking my medication and stuff. Sunday, I felt even better. So through the day on Sunday, I felt like, okay, by Monday, you feel your body and your system when you're already you're getting over it, and you feel that by tomorrow morning you're gonna be good. So I said, okay, by tomorrow morning I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna feel good. I'm feeling better for Sunday. Monday I'm gonna go back to the gym. Monday morning, I wake up and I'm good. I'm feeling good, like my cold is over. And boom, I get the results. I get a phone on my phone, and I was positive. I go, what? Yeah, when I got my test and it was positive, so I decided not to go to the gym. As of Monday, as soon as they told me I was positive, and then I started getting the fever, the chills. I mean, like you said, there was times in which I had 2 jackets and
Oof.
2 sweatpants, and I was like still like, oh, At night, I would have to get off my bed and remove my shirt because it was so wet. And so what I did is I went to a room myself, away from everybody, and I was in the room just at night. The worst thing for me was at night when I had the fever. I mean, the things you see, the things that go through your mind.
Yeah.
At one point, I felt like somebody was on me, and I
Yes.
wanted to get them off me. I wanted to get them off me.
Yes. It feels heavy, como encimado. Like, who's on me
Yeah,
right now? Like, somebody's like
and
wrestling you.
you feel like, yeah, like get off me, yeah, and then you get like you freak out, like get off me, you're trying to fight them, and then when you open your eyes, you see everything dark, and you get that feeling, the
Yes.
feeling of depression, and then I would
Yes.
wake up and start walking around the house, and go to the backyard and walk around, and then you start feeling tired, and that's how I felt from Monday to about the
Yeah.
following Monday or
Like you're in a
Sunday.
fog. It's a
Every
fog.
day, yeah, like I would go to sleep, and in the middle of the night, I would have bad dreams, and then I would wake up and my shirt is soaked. Take it off and put another one, and then change the sheets on my mattress. It was pretty
It was
intense, and I
weird.
started feeling okay. I'm over it. My back is hurting, but when your back is hurting, is because your lungs are hurting. So, and then I started, some of my friends, like some doctors, hey, take this, take that, and I started getting better and better.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, my wife, my son, my daughter, so all of a sudden, everybody at home. So we were at home, and everybody was, here with COVID. So we spent Christmas and we spent New Year's. Actually, Junior, my son, was supposed to work the Ryan Garcia fight, you know, and when he did his test and he was positive, so he couldn't go, he couldn't make it. So we
Oh.
spent time. I mean, as bad as it sounds, for Christmas I was gonna be in a bubble,
Yeah.
and I spent it with my family.
Yeah. It's
For
weird.
for New Year's, my son was supposed to be in Texas. He didn't go. We spent it together as a family. As bad as it is, we were here as a family at home. We were sick. Thank God everybody's good.
Yeah.
We went over it. We're over it now. We're back to work. Thank God everything's good. I'm glad to see that you're good.
Yeah.
Beto.
It's like we're having like AA meetings right now. It's like everybody's
Yeah.
telling their stories of what's going on. And the thing is, Coach, you and I didn't get it that bad, but estábamos sufriendo. Like
Yeah.
I was like a little baby. I'm like, what is going on? Like I would sleep for 2 hours, I'd wake up, feel fine, and all of a sudden, like what is going on? It's when people are like, oh, I just want to have it to get out of the way. No, you don't, because
No.
like now, if I walk for 20 minutes, I feel like a big offensive lineman where I have to stop and sit down after a 20-minute walk. And
Yep.
like the other day, I walked to my son's house, which was like 30 minutes. I got there and I almost called the Uber to go back home. Like that's how I'm like, and mind you, I was running a lot. The week I tested positive, I ran 5 miles with nothing. I was like getting in better shape. Everything's good. It's just crazy. So just take care of yourself, be smart, and
Yeah.
wow, and like
Beto, I will come to the gym and do mitts with 6, 7, 8 guys a day.
yeah,
And Monday, when I came into the gym, with the first 2 rounds of mitts with a 118 pounder, I got really tired.
yeah,
My body was like, I couldn't breathe. I was trying to,
Yeah. It's
gasping
weird.
for air, but I pulled through. And what I used to do here at home is just go to the backyard. My bedroom has access to the back door to the backyard, so I will go through my bedroom to the backyard and just walk around the pool. Just walk around the
Yeah.
pool. 2 times around the pool, and then I would sit down because I was tired.
yeah. It's
And,
scary,
but,
man.
You know,
It's
now
scary.
it's been 2 weeks. I feel good.
Yeah,
I gotta say that obviously the whole year I heard what's going on. I've heard of people getting it. I've known of people passing. But not personally knowing exactly these people. I mean, just reading what we've read and heard, knowing who Beto you are and Coach who you are, how great of shape you guys are always in, and to hear how it affected. I mean, Joel, you're telling me you couldn't do 2 rounds with a 118 pounder? everything you were feeling and how you were
Mm-hmm.
feeling it and how physically strong and in great shape you are,
Yeah.
that's scary now. That's really scary. Beto, I
It
know
takes a
you do
lot of
Mago
it takes a lot
Baldi
out of you.
and you're running all the time and staying in shape and
Yeah.
I mean that's really scary. I just had a friend today. I don't know if you guys know him, but I heard he got it, was in the hospital doing really bad, got pneumonia, and we were texting back and forth up until one day I didn't hear from him. And I didn't hear from him for a while, and I got concerned. I said, you know what? This is not a good sign. And I sent messages, are you okay? I get nothing. And today, out of the blue, I get a call, and he's back home.
Yeah.
Seth
Good.
Cruz. Seth Cruz. He's been around boxing for many years. His sister used to box. His brother used to box. He was always in Big Bear with Team Fernando Vargas. And I don't know if you know him, Joel, from back in the day. Seth Cruz,
Yeah.
Big Seth.
Seth, of course. Yeah.
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 And today he called me. He's back home. And it was like a miracle because I didn't want to think the worst, but when I didn't get messages back from him, I was thinking, man, something went wrong. Something wrong. Well, he was how do you say it? He was como sedated
Oh.
Yeah.
for a month.
Wow.
And today he called me. He goes, I'm back home. I made it. I beat this shit. You know, it was so good to hear his voice because it was like you're already thinking bad. You know, you're already
Yeah.
thinking,
Yeah.
oh, because I haven't heard back from him. So it really brings to life how serious
Mm-hmm.
this virus is, this
Yeah.
illness is. And to see you guys right now telling me, and you guys are young, strong. I mean, fucking Coach is a bull, and
Yeah.
how it affected him.
Roberto, sin querer, a poco, I mean, el dolor que te llega al cuerpo, de que te quita las ganas de todo. Te sientes como si te amarraran con las manos por detrás. Yo quería hacer cosas y cuando quería me cansaba. Y el cuerpo fatigado. I mean, when you try to do something, breathe and then you start
Yeah,
getting
that's
tired,
the
you get
weirdest.
fatigued. You know, honestly, I mean, you eat and then you get full.
Wait, Coach,
And
do you have an appetite?
you don't know, you know,
I still have no appetite to this day. I'll have
no
soup,
appetite.
but like nothing. I haven't had a real meal in
Yeah,
3 weeks.
I mean, one meal a day, and then you don't want to eat. I
Yeah.
mean, you try to eat and you can't.
Nothing.
Just tea,
Now, Coach,
water.
do you know how you got it? Do you suspect? I mean,
don't.
Beto, do you know how you got it?
So so in the month of December, once the zone and Matchroom told me I had a chance to work Canelo fight, I stopped golfing. I stopped hanging out with people. Like the last couple of shows, Roberto, you haven't been here because you've been traveling, doing different things. But I was telling Coach and I was telling people that I was isolating myself. I hadn't seen the kids for a while because the Canelo fight was going to be a big payday for me that I haven't had all year long. And because of CBS, I've been testing every single week. So I've really been isolating myself. The only place I went to in the month of December was to Albertsons, Ross, and Macy's to look for a shirt. That's the only place. I would go weekly to Albertsons to the market, and that was it. So I don't know where. I haven't seen people. I don't know what's going on. So it could be something as simple as that. You just don't know. It's crazy.
And obviously, it was not a false positive.
No, it was real. Oh, me chingo. I lost 12 pounds.
There's nothing false about it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like it was. I thought it was a false positive, and then
Of course, because of what happened.
with Munguia. But when
Yeah.
I was driving back, when I got to Phoenix in the middle of the night, all of a sudden it hit me. And I'm like, whoa, and it just knocked me out, and I was just done. Like I
talked to Marco Pelayo about it because we talked about how scary is what you went through. You can't get on a plane and go back home.
Nope.
And be sick at home. You got to get in the car.
Yep.
And what you're scared of is, obviously, if it comes down and you get the illness, and you're at home and there's family around, they can watch over you.
Yeah.
But what's scary is what happened to you. You get sick in Arizona, I guess you had to pull over for a couple days, get in a hotel. Is that true?
So I was driving back. I drove from San Antonio to El Paso, felt fine. I was driving to Phoenix, and Roberto, I was telling the story earlier. I was going to go to the Grand Canyon. I was going to go be a tourist. That's how good I felt. I even did, like Rosalind even told me, just go to the Grand Canyon. I even did the little map of what's going on, and I was going to figure out from the South Rim, all that other good stuff. And then in the middle of the night, boom, it got me. And like I was just like Coach was saying, I was in a bucket, like just a pool of sweat. I know it sounds nasty, but that was it.
You check into a hotel.
Yep.
And you get, let's say, I mean, you got sick, you felt bad, but let's say you get extremely, and there's no somebody. I mean, the hotel's not gonna come and say how are you feeling, how you doing, and who knows? Maybe in 2 days they won't find out.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because I called in the morning like, hey, I need to extend the room, and they're like, okay, fine. My sister Gloria did a great job of sending me like vitamins and different kind of stuff, and they would just leave it at the door.
Send you stuff to the hotel.
Yeah, my sister was doing that. I had some friends that did a great job of sending me stuff. My friends that are doctors, they were like, take the zinc, take the B12, take this, and like all this stuff is showing up to the room, and I don't want it. I didn't have the energy to even get to the door. So like the first package my sister sent me stayed at the door so long that the maid thought it was trash and they threw it away. Because they knocked on the door and I was tan muerto, I didn't get up.
Oh, Beto, the moment you got sick, it wasn't gradually getting worse. It was, I'm sick and I'm fucking dying. I mean, like
that's exactly it. Because I was perfectly fine in Phoenix. No, actually in Tucson. I stopped at Tucson. I went to University of Arizona, took a picture of the football field. I went and had some tacos, and I stopped in Phoenix just because I was going to go to the Grand Canyon. Like, that was it. And like, the turista.
So you're gonna get a hotel in Phoenix anyway, just to rest the next day?
Just to rest, because I had nothing else to do. Like, the Zone and Matchroom said, hey, just take your time getting home, because we can't put you on a plane. Take your time. So I was fine, and then just in the middle of the night, Roberto, I woke up in that morning, whenever it is that I woke up, that I came to it, I wish I was hungover. Like, I've had plenty of bad hangovers in Vegas where you're in the hotel, you're like, oh, okay, what's going on? No, I wish I would have felt that good. A hangover would have been an improvement of how I felt. Right, Coach?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, your body is aching, everything is shaking, and I had just no idea what time it was. Like right, Coach, is pretty sure, because Coach was calling me, Beto, you okay? You need this, you need that. And I only answered the call for Coach and my sister. I had a bunch of different missed calls, and then people were like, where you at? You okay? And then because I didn't tell anybody I had it, because I thought I had a false positive. So my family I told because I was driving home. Because when they're going to watch the broadcast, and it's like, well, where's Beto at? I thought he's supposed to be working. So that's when I tweeted that I was like not going to work. But I would sleep for a couple hours, wake up, and then that's what got me mad was that I would see like people having a banda, a party or whatever, and I'm like, in the backyard, I'm like, you fucking idiots! Like, what are you guys doing? That's when I came out and said, like, look, this is happening. If I'm taking care of myself, you need to be too, and don't think you can't get it. So like, and then I had some dumb people like telling me, hey, you're not in shape, and I'm like, dude, I can run a marathon right now. Like, I know what I'm doing. Like, people telling me it's not.
Coach is in the gym every fucking day, working 10 hours a day in the gym, and then building the. I mean, when you're saying, I'm hearing you, that somebody as healthy as you, as in good a shape as you, felt
dead,
as bad as you.
Roberto, I'm still tired right now. I even texted Coach. I was like, we'll do a quick show because I have a feeling in about 30 minutes I'm gonna be tired. You get tired. I only
felt tired after I got over it. Like the first day I went to the gym. That day was like, that was Monday.
Yeah.
Tuesday I started feeling better. Wednesday. Today I feel great. I did, a lot of work, But through the days that I was going through it, it was so bad that I couldn't do 2 times to walk twice around the pool. I had to sit down. I would be in the couch sitting down. But I think, honestly, Roberto, what gets me sick, as bad as it sounds, is being home.
Yeah.
Every time I'm home for so many days, I get sick. When I leave the house, as soon as I walk out, I would actually, during the day, I would tell the kids, hey, let's go for a walk, and put on a mask and go outside and just walk around the neighborhood.
While you
You know,
had it.
while I had it, yeah. Just go outside and just walk around the neighborhood. No contact. I had no contact with nobody. I didn't talk to people. I didn't talk to anybody. Just I get out
And
of the house and just walk.
how was the rest of the family, like physically?
Well, Junior, a couple of days, headache, fever. My daughter, same. My wife was feeling just as I was feeling. But you know, they like my wife up to now. She just has a little bit of problem breathing. Like
Yeah.
she gets tired. Junior's fine already. My daughter's fine. But you know what it is, Roberto? On some people react different to it.
Yeah.
Some people react different to it. I have a friend that he's always working. He's a very strong person. You remember, Beto, when we went to the pajaretes?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The guy over there with the cows and stuff?
Oh yeah. That's-
That guy's a very strong guy. Very, very strong guy. One of the strongest guys I've ever met. He's always at the ranch, always drinking milk. He's always with his cows. He just got out of the hospital yesterday. He was in the hospital for 2 weeks.
Jeez.
I mean, he got pneumonia. He got he couldn't breathe. His oxygen level was really low. His oxygen level went really low. He was in the hospital just laying on his stomach. He just got out of the hospital yesterday. I mean, I know people that are overweight. They're sick, and it hit them and nothing happened. It's just weird how this virus
And
reacts to you.
I only got mild symptoms. I can't even imagine the people that get it hard. Yeah, exactly, Roberto. This is mild because I only got the chills, the shakes, and that's it. I didn't get the fever. I didn't get the cough. I didn't get that other stuff, but it just wiped me out. So I can only imagine the other people that are really going through it. And our good friend Stax from Supreme Boxing, he lost his wife, Cynthia Saldana. 43 years old. We would see her, super nice woman. Our condolences to the family, and she lost. And there's a lot of people. So I was even telling Roswell this. Any of your fighters that test positive, it don't matter how young or whatever, check on them because they might have lingering effects. Now, like 3 weeks later, I'm still tired. I mean, I'm in my 40s, so I can't imagine what somebody else is. But just check.
We had February 13th, Anabel Ortiz, WBA world champion, was going to defend her title against Enicia Estrada. And she's been waiting for this fight for months. Obviously, the COVID slowed everything down. It was a fight that was supposed to happen last year. She got COVID. She's healthy now. She's back in the gym. But the lingering effects still don't have her at 100%. So Enicia will be fighting for another world title against another world champion, but it's not against Anabel Ortiz because of COVID.
Yeah.
And it's real. I've been very fortunate. As you guys both know, I've been traveling. I was in Vallarta. I was in Cabo. I was in Cancun twice already. I was in Guadalajara.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been traveling. But I'm still very respectful because when I hear of guys so much younger and so much healthier and so much in better shape like you two, I'm the kind of sick, I don't get sick at all. Once a year, I'll get a cold. And in 2 days, I'll throw on the sweatpants, put on the Vicks Vaporru, have a hot chicken soup, and I'll get in bed. Y me meto en el pinche cuarto así. And for 2 days, I'll sweat it out, and I'll be fine. But it's almost every Christmas. When the office closed during our vacation, that's when I would get sick. So I'm now seeing this, and I'm like, if I get it, I'm going to feel like I have every single symptom. I don't even want to know what the symptoms are because I'm the type of person, is that a symptom? I got it. It starts playing with me here. And then the worst thing you see is it is more of I think it's very difficult on the mind.
100%.
Because once you get it, do you start thinking, am I one of the ones that is going to get sick and survive or is going to get sick and die? Because you're hearing so many. So your mind has to start playing tricks on you. Then the fever doesn't help. If you get a fever, you were saying, Joel, that you were seeing
Yeah.
things or doing it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep.
holy shit. I would be seeing La Tumba. I would be seeing El Padre. I would be seeing everybody laughing or crying or something around me. So I gotta fucking keep the guard up 24/7.
Yeah, you do.
Roberto.
And that's what I was telling, like, that's the reason I came out and said it, like, okay, you got to do it. Because I'm over here by myself, locking myself in my room, and then I had some fucking idiot friends like, oh, it's the media making it up. And I'm like, cabrón, I'm in the freaking media. Like, would you, and I'm like, you really think I want to miss out on making all this money with Canelo for attention? So I deleted him. I deleted all kinds of friends. I deleted numbers. These are people I grew up with. I'm like, forget the unfollow,
Roberto.
just delete them out of my life.
The mental thing, it's 100% true. Let me tell you why. I was good, like I told Beto. I felt a little bit under the weather on Thursday, Friday. I did the test. Saturday, I felt like okay. Monday, I'm gonna be fine. Monday, I get my results, and I was already feeling like okay, I'm over this already. I'm gonna go back to work on Monday. Monday morning, cuando me dijeron, hey, you positive? I started going down, fever, body aches, headaches, y todo. Okay, going back to this, my mom, she was a cancer survivor, okay? And she's petrified. She's petrified to COVID. My mom don't come out of the house. She's always there and here and there. My mom is terrified. Well, this is what happened. She was feeling a little sick. And my sister called me and told me, hey, my mom's feeling a little sick. I'm going to take her to do the test. She took her to do the test. 3 days later, the first 2 days, my mom was like, mijo, me duele la espalda, me duele, me siento como cansada. Like, oh, shit. So then she gets her test, but my sister got it. My sister tells everybody in the group text, my brothers, Toño, Julio, everybody, hey, my mom tested positive. So we say, tell her that she's negative. So we tell my mom, hey, mom, you're negative. Your results came back negative. So she gets really happy. So then from there on, we started taking her medicine, hydration stuff, teas. I went to the ranch the other day. I killed the chicken and que haga un caldo, and so listo, Today is her 12th day. And I called her today and she goes, mijo, ya no me duele la espalda. I feel really good now. I feel, she's out of it.
Okay, but if you tell her, don't know, but if you would have told her, Mom, you're positive.
Exactly. Oh, se había caído.
The mind te dice, ya estuvo, I'm older, I'm all right, and you start feeling sicker and sicker, and it's solitamente, o sea, your cuerpo stops fighting or something. That could have been, that you guys telling her she was negative might have saved her life. Because de qué servía que le digan she's positive? If you guys knew already, let's fix the problem.
Up to right now, she doesn't know. Actually, my sister
it's better that she doesn't. Ya se está saliendo. Maybe later le dice, hey, you were positive, pero ya mira, you can get that.
My sister told me yesterday. She goes, my mom's feeling great. Her back doesn't hurt no more. Her body doesn't ache no more.
Ya está
She's feeling
saliendo.
great. Ya está comiendo bien, and she's feeling good. She goes, I even feel like telling her. I go, don't tell her. No. I go,
Because
wait at least
she
one
might
more
get,
week.
yeah.
I go, wait at least one more week, And that's now my mom is taking care of her. I think my sister is a little sick, but my mom is good to go. Pero como te vuelvo a repetir, if we would have told her, Mom, you're positive, she would have went downhill. Because
but you know what, Beto? I think that's, obviously that's a family's decision and every family makes their own, but I think that's the boxing mentality type, coach, trainer, manager experience that kicks in that says the fighter has a fight. Don't give him bad news right now. Because mentally he has to. That's
a good point.
Experience from boxing, I think.
That's a good point.
Jojo Diaz on his title fight when he got cut, and he comes to the corner and he says, how's the cut? I go, nothing, champ. It's just a little scratch.
That's
and I've done it many times. What's wrong?
But that comes from experience.
Oh, it's un rasguño.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Anybody else, let's just say somebody that's never gone through that experience, mom's positive. You go, Mom, you're positive, and you start getting nervous and showing nervousness, and the same thing as in a fight. If you've never been through it, how's the cut? Oh, it's horrible, but don't worry, we're gonna take care of it. And they see that, they get panicked.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I think I did the same thing here. Like my mom, estaba mala, but she's 78, diabetic. So she tested negative, and then all of a sudden last week estaba mala, and I'm pretty sure she had it. Same thing. I didn't tell her. I'm like, no, está bien. Quiero ir al hospital. No, you don't need a hospital right now because all my doctor friends and Leti Ariola are saying, don't go to a hospital. You're fine. You don't need that.
Same thing from several doctors.
Yeah.
Those that go to the hospital die.
Yeah.
I mean, the
most
majority.
of them.
Yeah.
So your mom got it, Beto?
I think she did. I'm pretty sure she did. But she was... I didn't tell her that she did. I just told her, está mala, because she's diabetic, high blood pressure, all that other Mexican stuff you can think about. So it's perfectly fine. And it's the same. Un té, arnica, whatever it is you need. So I was like, fine. All that stuff. So my siblings in our group chat are like, how's my mom? She's fine. How's it? She's fine. You know how she is. Because my mom, she can't hear out of one ear. Or se hace, right? So when they call her, Mom, el teléfono, su hija, no tengo hija, no tengo hijo, no quiero hablar con nadie. So they're like, okay, she sounds fine because she's yelling at everybody. But I did the same thing where I'm pretty sure if I would have taken her to test again, she would have got it. But it also, condolences, as Toño says.
She's fine, health, I mean, she's good?
Yeah, she yelled at me earlier. ¿Qué vas a hacer? As Toño said, condolences to Robert Garcia's family. They lost their mom too. So
Robert Garcia lost his mom.
Yeah,
I texted him. And I send my condolences from all the family.
Yeah, it's crazy times. And I remember in the beginning, we took it serious, but I remember Jorge Linares was supposed to fight Ryan Garcia, but that fight fell out because he got COVID. He couldn't travel. So
supposed to fight Javier Fortuna.
Oh, Fortuna. I'm sorry, Javier Fortuna.
Yeah, and he got COVID. He didn't really have bad symptoms, but he was quarantined for like 10 days because of regulations in Japan. He couldn't smell or taste, but he didn't get all the, the fever, the headaches, the pain, or anything. He's back in the gym training, waiting for the call. But it's one of those things that some people get it really bad. Some people didn't even know they had it, and then they test and they were told, "Oh, you had it already," and that's what's scary about it.
I should tell you this right now, Roberto. It's ThursDIAZ. Coach and myself are drinking coffee and tea. Like, I haven't had a drink since the last time we did the show, December 10th, because
Okay, I better not get it then, because I can't be without my.
Like on New Year's.
Good.
Yeah.
I had some wine. last night.
Yeah.
Actually, last night I wanted to have some tequila. I come home and I'm like, I want un tequilita,
Yeah.
And then, no, que vamos a partir la rosca. Oh, I mean, rosca con tequila como que no.
Un cafecito, chocolatito.
Joel had chocolate.
Yeah.
Back and forth. But I had a little bit of wine last night. I had a glass of wine.
Yeah. On New Year's Eve, I had a little bit of whiskey, maybe half of a glass, and I was like, this just tastes bad right now. I just, no desire at all. I just no food.
Good. I mean, that's your body trying to heal and saying, help me.
But I'm tired of helping. I want some wine already. I want to.
Put up here.
Yeah, all right. The COVID therapy sessions is over, and anybody who's been affected by it, we're sorry. Our our best to everybody with you, and those of you that work in the medical field, respect to you, because I know you are.
Thank you for everybody that works in the medical field.
They are stressed.
They're fighting against all this every day. I mean, hours and hours. It's stressful, man. We thank them for everything they do for every single person that is ill in the hospitals, and God bless everybody that's sick, and hopefully this is over soon, man. We want to get back to our normal life where everybody's healthy, and thanks everybody for supporting us and always being there.
All right, now let's change the subject a little bit. Tenemos cumpleaños. Happy birthday, Roberto Diaz! All right.
Hey
guys, I gotta tell you
Happy
that.
27.
Oh, thank you. Obviously, when you're a little kid, you get a lot of love and from uncles and aunts and the grandparents and everything. And as you get older, that gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and then you get a birthday wish here and there, and that. I was I'm very humbled. I feel very blessed. The amount of messages this year, I guess because of the pandemic, everybody's at home. And it's like, madre, I'm locked down. What do I do? Oh, it's his birthday. Oh, let me send him a message. I got messages from all over the world. I was just shocked at how many this year.
Yeah.
It's been the most ever. It's crazy the amount. Lucas Matisse, Miguel Cotto, Eric Morales, Julio Diaz, the kid, Mauricio
Really?
Herrera, I mean, Bonnie Mills, Antonio Diaz. It came from all over. Joel Diaz, Beto, from Germany, from Chile, one of the kids from Chile. I mean, it just all over. Spain, Philippines. It just was
Brazil.
crazy,
Yeah.
crazy the amount. And thank you, Victor. It just humbles you because it's like, wow, it was just incredible, and I can't be. I'm very blessed. I'm very grateful. I wish I was back in the regular time so we could have a big ass party like before and all get together. But obviously, it was small. Little dinner for 3 here at the house, COVID wise, and but I'm very grateful to everybody. I can't thank you enough.
No, that's awesome. I saw the messages, and I don't know how old you are, Roberto, because if you look at your friend Eric Peñareta, you're over 60.
Oh yeah.
I was like, he has you at 65. Other
I
people.
thought you said I was 62.
Oh, 62.
Yeah. Eric Thomas said I was 58, and I'm like, you know what? I'll play that. Maybe I look good for 62, so I'll stay with that. People were like, hey, you don't look too bad for 62.
Yeah.
Okay.
And other people had you in your 40s. It's whatever it is. It's however you feel. Happy birthday, Roberto Diaz. Estas son las mañanitas.
Thank you, Giants and Niners. We didn't have such a good year, but all the way.
Yeah, there it is. So Roberto had a birthday, so we're celebrating. That's why we're like, when you're like, oh, I'll be on later on. I was like, take your time, birthday boy. No problem. All right, so now.
He didn't want me to say, but I was at a friend's restaurant having dinner. And he says, don't mention it. I said, I won't. Because it's only takeout. But we sat down, had a nice little dinner, and I said, I got to go. Sorry, I got ThursDIAZ, and I've been MIA for many weeks. I want to go back right now.
Many weeks, many months. We were about to take you off of the flyer. Roberto, while you were gone, we had Toño co-hosting a couple times. We had Razo coming in. I was ready to have Jeremiah Gallegos, the ring announcer, jump in today. He's ready to go. So we've had everybody. Everybody's been a co-host since you've been gone, but we're glad you're here, Roberto. Now, let's talk boxing. Big weekend for Ryan Garcia. You were there in Dallas. Went down in the second, came back, stopped Luke Campbell. This kid, whether you like him or you don't like him, at the end of the day, you got to watch him. And I was impressed that Ryan got off the mat and showed a heart. Like, I knew he had it, but what are you going to do when you're actually tested for the first time? What did you see ringside?
What I saw ringside is, look, it's one thing to talk the talk, but it's another thing to back it up and walk the walk. And as many people, they criticize him because, he's an Instagram champion and this and that. They don't realize that he does work his ass off in the gym. He does put in the hours. He does have a good team behind him, training him, preparing him, teaching him. And you know what? When you step up in a real fight, that can happen. And he got caught. He didn't fight just any opponent. He didn't fight an opponent who was 3 divisions below him. He fought a kid that came to win, that needed to win. That if he didn't win, Luke Campbell was going to be looked at as the guy that could have and should have and never did. So there was more pressure on him as well. And to get up from a knockdown and win by knockout the way he won, that's something we cannot teach in the gym. That's something, at the end of the day, you have to have within. And that's heart and balls.
Yeah.
I saw something from him uncharacteristic of him normally. Ryan's not the aggressor. Ryan's more of that counter puncher. He's normally the taller guy with the better reach. So he invites you to come to him, and he catches you coming in. He became the aggressor from round one. He went after Luke. And yes, there's some mistakes, but that's good because you know what? He got rounds. They can go back, watch video, and now start working on correcting. These are the fights where you get better from. But at the end of the day, he won in a spectacular fashion because he went down. And I told him in the dressing room, when I went in the dressing room after the fight, a lot of times the young fighter that goes down for the first time, they're upset. Oh, I shouldn't have gone down. I shouldn't have got caught. He wasn't upset. He was like, I needed that. I needed that. And he's right. He needed that, but he also needed to prove to the world, I'm more than just a big following. I can get up and win by knockout, especially beating a guy that had never been knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
So he learned a lot, he grew a lot, and got a lot of respect, and at the same time shut up a lot of people. And to me personally, which is the most important thing, grew so much more in his progress to become the guy.
Coach, what did you see?
Exactly what Roberto said. I mean, honestly, as a trainer, I've seen Ryan mature a lot in the sport. I mean, he's just a kid with a lot of charisma. That's why he has a lot of followers. And, I don't blame him for that. He was just born with that charisma, I mean, but still, in the sport of boxing, he is a fighter. He is a person that puts in the work, and he carries that weight on his back that he needs to maintain that position. His fame, it's a lot for him. His followers, he's carrying a lot of followers behind him, so he has to show. And due to that, he comes to the gym, he puts in the work, he trains hard because he knows what's at stake. He knows what he's walking into. He knows that every time he steps into the ring, you got a lot of people that are always talking negative about you. He needs the critics anyways. He needs the good critics and the bad critics. Because Ryan Garcia is going to keep working. He's going to keep dominating a lot of his fighters in that division. I mean, I see in this fight, he matured a lot more. Why? Because, I mean, he got a knockdown. He got up, and like a tiger, he got up and he says, okay, I'm ready. And he went towards his prey. He didn't just get knocked down and started moving around the ring, trying to hold, trying to survive the round. No. He went down and, dust himself off and went forward and said, okay, let's do this. I already went down. I'm going to come get you. He showed a lot of good things that impressed me. I mean, I know Ryan for a long time. I know Ryan since he was a kid, and I know he could fight. I mean, obviously a lot of people are going to talk bad about him due to the fact that he has a lot of followers. I mean, that's on the side. I mean, if he needs the followers, he's earned those followers. He generated that fame. He deserves it. Now, in the boxing business, he showed a lot in this fight. He fought a tough kid. He got hit from the beginning. In the first round, he was getting hit, and he was right there. He was the aggressor. He was in there. He got hit with lefts, rights, and something that a kid, growing up in the sport would have said different. Like, okay, I'm going to box this guy. This guy's dangerous. He can hurt me. No, he took it. He took risks. He was a risk taker, and he went down and came back up, and like a lion, he came back and destroyed with a fantastic punch to the liver, and he put Luke Campbell out.
Yeah, I was impressed watching it here at home. And so, full disclosure, I host the Always Ryan Garcia on the Zone. It's on the Instagram. And as soon as that fight ended, and the producers for that show that we do are in London. And they've been asking me, like, hey, what's Ryan's appeal? What's going on? Back and forth. We've done 4 episodes. And as soon as that fight ended, these guys, it might have been like 11 o'clock London time. Me mandale el WhatsApp. Hey, when can we record the next episode? Because of the way that Ryan beat Luke Campbell, and it was, we got to get the next episode out as soon as possible. It's out there right now on the Zone's Instagram account. It's called Always Garcia. There's also an Always Canelo, also Always Joshua. But as soon as that one happened, the guys from London who were cautious about Ryan were, wow, real deal. We need to get this done.
They were cautious. I'm going to tell you why they were cautious. And rightfully so. This was Ryan's biggest fight, most dangerous opponent to date. And now that you say they're from London, he was facing a gold medalist. Somebody that's already proven himself with Linares and Lomachenko. Even though he came up short, you knew what you had in front of you. With Ryan, you didn't know yet. And they were probably told by somebody that is a good influence on them that Luke Campbell was going to win. And they had to believe it. When it was different and the way that Ryan won, that's why they went back. When's the next episode?
Yeah.
Up until the fight, there was probably no plans of another episode. And I'll tell you why I'm saying it. Prior to the fight being ordered and made, I don't know if you guys saw, a few days before the fight, Eddie Hearn went on record and did an interview and said, even some of the people at Golden Boy didn't want this fight.
Really?
I won't throw him under the bus, but even some people at Golden Boy didn't want the fight. So what happened was, Eddie says, before it was ordered by the WBC, before anything, would you fight Luke Campbell? And I tell Eddie, no, if we're going to do Luke Campbell to get to Haney, I'd rather do Haney first. Luke Campbell's dangerous, which he is. I respected Luke Campbell. He gave Linares a split decision. He gave Lomachenko he didn't win. I mean, I think Lomachenko won every round or close to it, but it was very competitive, one-sided fight. Southpaw, tall, gold medalist, experience. Not a huge puncher, but a puncher that can hurt you. I said, no. I'd rather do Haney in that case because that's a dangerous one. No. Then the WBC orders it. And I'll tell you this, what's funny is a day before the day of the fight or the day before the fight, I get a text from Eddie and he says, hey, remember, you're one of the best judges in boxing and you didn't want this fight. And I said, yeah, I do remember our conversation. But that was the bait. And you caught it. You're on the hook. It's too late. And that was at that point, we're here. There's no backing away. There's no turn back. We're already here. So it's a mind game there too. He's telling me, he went on record, did an interview, even Golden Boy didn't want this fight. And that Ryan side reads it. And then he tells me the day of the fight, I won't be there, but good luck. Hey, it's going to be a good fight. Remember, you're one of the best to match up the styles or judge a fight, and you didn't want it. Remember our conversation? I said, yeah, I remember. But that was the bait, and you caught it. You're the fish on the hook.
Right here, Roberto. Saucy says Campbell is not more dangerous than Haney. You're right. Did you not hear the story? Roberto set him up. That's what you do.
I think Campbell is more experienced than Haney, no doubt about it. Campbell is taller, southpaw, has way more experience. I'm not saying he's a better fighter or not than Haney. We will find out when they meet in the ring. I have all respect for Devin. He's done a great job. But Campbell had something that Haney doesn't. Campbell fought Linares and Lomachenko. He got a lot of experience for those 24 rounds. To this point, who has Haney fought? And no disrespect, he's a world champion. Hey, I give him that. But who has he fought? Gamboa? Come on, Gamboa is 49 years old.
Yeah, it's true.
He had a birthday too. So there it is.
He went the distance with him, huh?
Yep. There.
Exactly.
It was a good night of action in Dallas. It was good to see going on at the American Airlines Arena.
Roger Gutierrez.
Yeah. Oh, this is what I wanted to get into.
We've talked about in the past shows, and the zero is not so important. You learn from losses, and you get better from them. Here's a kid who lost his first 3 fights in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And he fights the world champion, who, by the way, lost his first 6 fights in the U.S. And a month before, the fight, his mom passes from cancer. He's in Colombia. His mom's in Venezuela.
This is Roger Gutierrez.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I get the call 20 minutes after he got the notification. He got called that his mom had passed. And the manager says, please talk to him. I don't even have a minute to prepare. What am I going to say? I get on the phone, and Roger is pouring. After I talk to him, I console him. I get on the phone with the manager. I said, is he going to need to go back to Venezuela for a couple of days? Does he not want to fight? I mean, you guys let me know in the next few days how you see him. They call me back 2 days later. He's going to fight. He's not going to go to Venezuela. He's not going to be there for the burial. He's not going to be there. He's going to concentrate on the fight.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. I respect that. He wins the fight. I go to him in the corner before they take him to media, and I said, I don't even want to talk to you. I couldn't talk to him because I'm very sentimental, and I was going to break down. So I said, just remember, you had a promise, and you kept that promise. You promised to your mom the world title. At that moment, he cried. He started crying. He turned around. I turned around. I didn't want to talk to him anymore because that was so strong. I really didn't think when we made the fight, I really didn't think he had a good chance. I mean, there's always a puncher's chance. He did really good against Rocky Hernandez, and he does have a tremendous right hand. But Rene, I mean, the way he beat Cancio, the way he was coming in as a champion, the confidence, everything. And yet he drops him 3 times. In the last knockdown, in the last round, wins him the fight.
Yep. And Roger Gutierrez is a fighter that I got to know because he started off in the Velasco series. I remember he came from Venezuela, and
when he lost to Rene in Velasco.
His U.S. debut, not only did he lose to Rene Alvarado schooled him. And you saw that there was a kid who came from Venezuela, nice record, but didn't have the seasoning, had never been tested. Alvarado completely controlled that fight, an easy fight. Then you guys put him up against Hector Tanajara. Again, Tanajara, up-and-coming prospect at Velasco, works him easy. Then you put him up against Razo Gallo, Oscar Duarte. Kid loses again, and we're like, okay, I thought at that time...
He gets knocked out, TKO.
Yep, I thought, okay, that's what that kid is. A kid who stepped up to the big leagues in the United States, just wasn't ready. He'll be good as an opponent. Goes back to Venezuela, and I kept track of him, was fighting guys who were like 5-20, 7-12, building up his confidence. And then he came back on a DAZN show a year and a half ago, knocks out Rocky Hernandez, who supposedly was going to be this big thing coming out of Mexico. And
top prospect out of Mexico.
Top prospect. And I was working that show for DAZN, and they told me, go do an interview. Hernandez should win, 5th, 6th round? Maybe you'll do your interview after that. I'm like, yeah, no problem. I hear the crowd, and they're like, it's a knockout. Run out there, get the interview. And I'm expecting to fully interview Rocky Hernandez. I look up, and it's the Venezuelan kid, hands up. I'm like, what is going on? That was the most basic interview I've ever done because I didn't watch the fight. So I did how do you feel? Hey, how did the knockout happen? I had no clue. I was asking him questions so he could tell me what to say. And I remember, then I'm like, it finally hit me. Hey, you're the kid from Velasco that wasn't doing well. So I remember the final question was, you came here as a big-time kid, and then it didn't go well for you. What adjustments have you made in your career? I remember asking him that. And then afterwards, same thing with you, Roberto. After the interview, he's like, remember me? I'm different now. And I'm like, I remember him saying, yeah, you're right. You are different. You're a different person right now. And to see him go and win the title, I thought he was going to lose to Rene Alvarado because I worked the Alvarado against Cancio fight. And I'm like, Rene is the guy. Forget his record. He is so tough. He's so motivated. He's always ready to go. But, coaches, you know this. You bring in a guy who has that different kind of motivation and just be careful with them, right? These guys are just wired different, especially when they're from a different country.
Yeah, these fighters, they get those bumps on the road, but there's the majority of them, they get those bumps on the road and then they don't recover from them. But there's fighters like this kid, that Gutierrez, that was eager to go the extra mile and come back as a different person, with that mentality. He lost his mom. He made a promise to his mom, and it is touching because I was watching the fight. Like, man, that kid, I saw him in Mexicali. They brought him in as an opponent. Here in LA, I'm at the Velasco. I've seen that kid many times. And
well, Cole, remember at
Mexicali
here when we did Mexico against Venezuela?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was
you
there.
You were there. I think
Diego
Jojo was the main event.
No, it was Diego de la Hoya.
Diego.
Oh, it was Diego the main event.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diego was the main event. Okay. Roger was on the card for Team Venezuela. He won, but he won not convincingly. Mm-hmm. But after the fight, he comes down in the ring and he tells me, I did this on purpose. I wanted to get rounds. Please give me the world title fight. Rene had already won, I think. And he said, get me the world title fight with Rene. I promise you, I will beat him. It's not the same thing, he told me, to beat a pollito than to beat a gallo. I'm a gallo now. I have experience. And I remember hearing that and saying, okay, Roger, you know what? Let me see if I can make that fight. Let me see what I can do.
But Roberto, every guy tells you that after a fight. Give me a title. Give me this.
Yeah, but the way, he had earned it because he knocked out Rocky Hernandez in the first round. Yeah. But then he had a subpar performance in Mexicali that I'm thinking, oh, man, come on. You needed to go out there and perform.
Yep.
And now, you're asking for this. But all right, it's a rematch and this and that. We can work on it. And I did it for the fight was supposed to happen in April. The COVID hit. The fight happens now. They both had plenty of time to get ready. And I'm expecting a war. The first round, they went at it.
Yep.
They went at it. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe this fight can steal it. And then to me personally, it got a little sloppy. I expected a little bit more exchanges, solid, But to Roger's credit, he made it a difficult fight for Rene. He kept Rene over anxious. He kept Rene. He would hold him, he would hurt him, and then hold him. He made it a little difficult, and it wasn't just a clean fight for Rene. So he threw Rene off his balance, and you know what? At the end of the day, he won the world title, and it showed 3 losses in a row.
It doesn't.
Somebody else can get discouraged. The story with DJ Crail, the young kid who fought the twin, who fought Felix.
Yeah.
Felix, I didn't know about this, DJ. How he only had 3 amateur fights, all 3 losses. His first pro fight, a loss. So now he's 0-4 in boxing. Most of us would say, you know what, this is not for me. Fuck, I'm going to go grab, I'm going to go paint a house, I'm going to go build a house. Maybe I'll do something else. But he kept going. He wins the world title at 105. He beat Lincona, one of Robert Garcia's kids. Yeah. Then he moves up in weight. And even though he lost, Felix Alvarado is big for his weight, strong for his weight, non-stop, aggressive. But I think a lot of eyes are on DJ Crail because this kid never showed quit.
Yeah.
He was getting hit hard.
He kept fighting.
He'd come back with pop. I was at points where, okay, ref, jump in and stop the fight.
I would have been okay with it.
Don't stop it. Keep firing back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won the hearts of many people. He tweeted the other day, yesterday I think, or the day before, "I'm sorry to everybody." I said, "Bro, don't be sorry. The whole world knows who DJ Creole is now."
Yeah, good kid from South Africa, trains
Yeah.
in Las Vegas. You had the Alvarado twins representing Nicaragua. Then you had Venezuela with Roger. So it was an international affair in Dallas, Texas. So it was
Good
pretty
card.
cool. Yeah, real good card. It was fun just to see it. All kinds of good stuff. And then afterwards, we actually did on the Golden Boy Facebook show, just to recap the night, victories. Myself, Doug Fisher, and Jojo Diaz, who, by the way, did an excellent job on the broadcast, Roberto. Jojo came in strong. He was good. He's gotten really... he's improved a lot as a broadcaster, and it was hard. It was basically we were doing this kind of show, but a broadcast. Imagine us doing a fight in these kind of ways, but with a big delay and only one camera from Dallas. But what it was is victors for Tristan Calcruth, which we expected. Sweet Tea, I love that kid. 19-year-old, can be a heavyweight. Franchon Cruz Dezern, the champion, kept their belt. And then Alex Rincon had the victory. And then Asa Stevens, kid out of Hawaii, which Roberto, I know he's like 19 or 20, whatever it is. That kid has a following because I kept getting all these tweets of like, pay attention to Asa, pay attention to Asa. You're not talking about him enough. And I'm like, bro, I'm in my garage calling these fights. Bro. I'm not there. Like, I don't know what's going on. No me regañen right now. But the Hawaiians came out strong. So that kid has a following.
I ever heard of Asa's name was from Coachella. Funny as it seems, he's from Hawaii. Randy Caballero called me one day and said, "Hey, I'm going to be managing a couple kids from Hawaii. Will you help me?" I said, "Absolutely, absolutely. Of course, you're part of the family. Golden Boy, yes." One was Asa, one was Dalis. He didn't end up managing them, but that was the first time I heard of these kids' name because of Randy.
Okay.
And I said, "Hey, Randy, you do have a good eye for talent." I guess he knew him from the amateurs or with Roman or something, you know. So that was the first time. So no, he did his pro debut, long-awaited pro debut, and did good. Tristan looked amazing. Alex Rincon had a difficult style of opponent in front of him.
Ugly.
Razo, te voy a,
Man.
te voy a chingar, cabrón.
Dude, that's the thing.
Where'd you get this bartender? He was a bartender or a taco guy because a él no se le va nadie sin pagar.
He was a hot dog guy.
Dude,
because no se le va nadie sin pagar. That was a tough hot dog guy.
You go and bring in Rincon, who's from the Dallas area, who was the last fight of the night. Everybody sticks around to watch him, and Razo gives him the $2 steak opponent. Chinga. And then me as a broadcaster, I'm like, all right, yeah, okay. Like this was, thanks, Razo, appreciate it. We earned every single dollar that night. All right, now here we go. Let's move on. Coach, are you going to Russia January 30th?
Yes, sir.
Roberto, you going to Russia?
Absolutely. Bek the Bully, baby. Hey, who else in boxing today with 6 fights steps into the ring or is willing to step into the ring with a 2-2, 3-time, 4-time world champion, Sergey Kovalev? Only one that believes in himself, and that's Bek the Bully, baby. 6-0.
Okay, so, Coach, before we get to you, Roberto, how did this fight happen?
Bek the Bully, baby. He wants to be great. He wants to be a badass. He wants to knock everybody out. He's not taking names. He doesn't ask when, where. He just says, "Get me a fight." Bek the Bully is real. It's no hype. It's no joke. Sparring partners, I don't know where they're getting them. We're calling everywhere.
We're having problems.
Everywhere. Look at his sparring section. He's sparring Joel's big heavyweight because nobody else will take the punch.
Okay, but seriously, Roberto, I know Bek does it, but how does this happen where you go and say, like, who calls who? Take me behind the scenes.
I'll tell you.
As much as you can.
From the moment we signed him, many teams tell you we're willing to fight everybody. We want to fight everybody. Once you sign, okay, but not now. Give us 17 tune-ups and get us to 20-0, 20 knockouts, and then we'll fight whoever you say. From day one, he has a team behind him that is very serious. Vadim and his team and World of Boxing are partners that you see with all their fighters. they don't baby. They have tremendous amateur talent, and they put them to the test from the beginning. Coach can tell you because he has a lot of the kids in camp. I didn't sign Bek from pro. Bek fought for us his first fight at the Avalon, I believe it was.
Yeah, in Hollywood, yeah.
And he knocks out the kid with a lot of fights. I think over 30 fights, knocks him out in the first round and breaks his rib.
Yep.
Then I'm like, okay, this is what you guys told me. Wow, he's real. And the way he knocked him out, beautiful body shot. Second fight, I believe, was
Pasadena.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, all right, let me, if we're going to sign, we're going to talk, let me put in some, I think we had already signed him, but I wanted to see how real he was because I didn't know the Argentinian opponent. And I put in a kid, Adrian Tyson Luna, who, tough Mexican kid. Tough kid.
Yep.
I put him on ESPN against Demetrius Ballard, one of the best fights. I think it was back and forth and very close, very good fight. So I know Tyson Luna. Bek drops him and knocks him out in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Tyson Luna comes to me after the fight and says, I'm very sorry. You know that's not me. I don't quit. I come to fight. I'm sorry I let you down. But this guy's too strong.
Yeah.
He hits hard.
That was
I'm like,
because I had to interview Bek, and you had remember telling me that it was Bek's first fight with Golden Boy, and I talked to Roberto, what kind of angle do I go with him? And you told me that his management wanted him to move him fast, so that was gonna be my question. So I always go to the opponent when somebody gets knocked out and ask them. I always ask them like, "Hey, how hard was the punch, or what did he get you with?" And I remember Luna telling me, "Pega como un caballo," like he hits like a horse. And then he goes, lo más fuerte que me han pegado, the hardest they've ever hit me. I remember him saying that. And I remember going over and telling Ali, the interpreter, who was Vadim, and he tells Bek, and Bek just started laughing. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, you're laughing because the guy said that's the hardest he's ever been hit? Like that little grimacing, like, weird, like, ha 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 ha, like, oh my god, you're an animal, like, I'm gonna get away from you, like, there's something not right with you, because he enjoys that kind of thing. After that day, I'm like,
you're absolutely right. There's some coach has told me he's very serious. Once he gets the gloves and he starts banging them, the smile comes out and he gets excited. Yeah, there is something, obviously there's something right, but there's something wrong. Something like, okay, he enjoys being in the ring. Yeah. But I don't think we noticed it until he goes in with Collard. And people
in Vegas
still didn't know who Clay Collard was. And he knocks out Clay Collard. Now look up Clay Collard, who's been, since then, has gone on and beaten some young prospects and has beaten whoever they put in front of him. Not only did he lose to Bek, but Bek knocked him out. So a couple fights, I think it was before the Von Alexander fight. Antonio Diaz, Bek loves fighting. Yes, he enjoys it. You know what? Omar Figueroa enjoyed being in the ring. Maybe a little bit different because Omar wanted to learn what it was to get hit and hurt and knocked down and cut. And I don't think Bek wants to learn that, or at least not yet. He's like, no. I just want to go in there and hurt people and knock them out. But I'll tell you how serious this team is and how much they believe in them. They told me, can you get us David Lemieux? Now, David Lemieux is one of the most feared punchers in boxing. And I said, I don't like that. I mean, obviously, we represent David Lemieux as well, and it's not a fight that I know he would interest. He wants to get the biggest fight he can. So it's going to be very difficult. And after his last fight in Fantasy Springs, I spoke to the team, and they said, we want to fight Barrera. We want to fight Kovalev. I know you have that fight already made, but if something happens, we'll fight either of them. Well, I said I can't do that fight because they're supposed to fight each other. when this fight got moved to Russia and Barrera cannot go to Russia, that's when I said, hey, what do you guys think of Kovalev? We're in. We are in. Like that. It was more difficult on the other side to get it approved because I understand Kovalev's a former world champion, fought Andre Ward, Canelo Alvarez. What do I gain from fighting a kid 6-0? But hey, you needed a tune-up after the Canelo fight? Well, here it is, 6-0. It's a real fight. It's a real fight. Kovalev has so much experience, height, weight. He's the bigger guy, the more experienced guy. You're fighting youth, strength, hunger, power. You know what? January 30th. You don't want to miss it. Bek the Bully, baby. He's real.
When do you guys leave?
We're supposed to leave as soon as we get our visas. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon.
Coach, how's this working out? Like, you're going to be leaving, say what, next week maybe?
But I think mid next week or something like that. Well, we're working. They're still working on the visas. As soon as everything is settled in, then we head out. But I'm gonna tell you something about Bek. Bek has been taking this very serious, and I've always said it. Fighters step up to the level of opposition. Bek is ready. He's taking it really, really serious. His training has been great. We've had some great sparring partners. It's been a headache trying to find sparring for Bek, honestly. We've called everybody that we know in the boxing world to help us, and some guys came. They were here. Bek hurts them. They go back. They only last one session, and then sometimes we have to keep fighters here, so he has to hold back, so he don't go 100%. It's just hard. Bek, he's never had 100% full sparring because he hurts everybody that he spars, regardless. And as a matter of fact, the manager told me the other day and says, hey, Joel, can you call Roberto Diaz and see if maybe we can get some sparring with Tristan? He just fought in Texas. I said, you know what? I'm not going to bother Roberto, but I can call the manager. You know, I have the manager's number. So I called Mr. Bedford, and he just told me straight out, he goes, the answer is no. He just told me that. The answer is no. I said, I understand, Mr. Diaz, you need, but he says, Tristan is nobody's sparring partner. The answer is no as of right now. This kid's young. He's only 18, 19 years old. And, you know, when they go to sparring, you know, it's all about the fighter, not about the sparring partner. So I said, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You know, hey, no problem. So it's just been hard. Right now we got a kid from Wild Card. His name is Marcus. Tall kid. You know, very solid, strong kid. And we got another kid that's helping as well. His name Kilo the Kid from up north.
I know Kilo. Yeah.
Kilo's giving us good rounds. But man, Bek is. I can tell you this. The fight's gonna be great. Experience versus youth. I know that Kovalev is gonna get in there and try to, you know, keep Bek with his reach outside. But Bek is gonna hurt him to the point that the fight's not gonna go 6 rounds.
Come on.
It's not gonna hit the 6th round. I guarantee you right now. It's not gonna hit the 6th round.
Baby, Bek the Bully is not a fucking hype job.
Remember what I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. And when we come back from Russia, you say, Coach, you called it.
Oh,
the fight is not.
I'm not doubting you. It's just I'm not doubting you, Coach. I'm writing this down right. I'm not doubting you. What it is you don't talk like this. That's the difference.
Look. I remember on social media a few weeks back, people were saying, "Hey, what about Berlanga against Bek?" Berlanga is 16-0, 16 knockouts, 16 in the first round.
Yeah.
And people started saying, no, Berlanga needs more experience. That's the first time I've ever heard. And all due respect to Berlanga, they're doing a great job at Top Rank. The kid's doing his job. He's a strong fighter. He has a huge ceiling. He's going to do great. But that's the first time I hear from the fans that a 16-0 needs more experience to fight the 6-0.
Interesting.
That's how real Beck
Beck
is.
is special. Beck is very special, and you have to be around him to see his abilities, his strengths, his weaknesses, and And I've talked to the team. Some of the guys, Antonio, Alec, and they're like, man, what do you think about Beck? And I said, look, guys, this is the thing with Beck. Beck packs power on both hands. Okay, Beck is not a readable fighter. You cannot read him because he's so uncomfortable. Beck keeps you pretty tense at all times. You don't know what he's gonna do, when he's gonna do it. Beck is explosive. He hurts you with both hands, and he's very awkward. And
And
I
there's a
mean, you
little
look at
Manny Pacquiao. There's a
yeah,
little Manny
like
Pacquiao.
that. I actually described that as an example yesterday. I said Manny Pacquiao is always in and out, in and out, in and out. And Bradley told me at one time, Coach, I'm tired. Why did I get tired in the third round when I trained like never? I said, you were not physically tired. You were mentally tired because Manny Pacquiao is always like, you don't know when he's just stepping in. It's like when they're going to push you off the cliff and you don't know when. So you your mind's thinking, how old
Ya tírame, push me.
Yeah.
Push me
So
already.
that's what happens. Beck is a special fighter with a lot of power, very explosive. I mean, even when we do mitts with him, if he wants to hurt us, Antonio can tell you. Antonio can tell you if he wants to hurt the coach on doing mitts, even with a jab, he throws a jab that is so powerful that he'll hurt you just with the jab itself. And he has some natural strength that is really hard to.
Uzbekistan's Mike Tyson, dicen.
Yeah, exactly. He's Uzbekistan's Mike Tyson, and he, and when he's moving in the ring, when he's moving, and he's avoiding punches, he does that intentionally because he's timing you.
That's what I see, the footwork of a Manny
Yeah.
Pacquiao. Manny would go in and out and pop, 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 pop. And this guy's, in that sense, not traditional, the traditional boxing of moving forward or cutting the ring. He cuts the ring in a different way.
Yeah.
And opponents, similar to opponents of Mike Tyson, are already worried going into the fight of the body shot. The only reason Vaughn Alexander went the distance is, and which was a good thing,
Stayed away.
He knew it.
we saw that he can go 10 rounds. He's not a 1 round, 2 round, 3 round fighter that blows his wad and then, you know what, oh, I'm tired, I'm sloppy. He's doing his road work. He's doing his condition because even in the last round, he was pop, pop, pop. But Vaughn, being a veteran, covered the body and never really opened up to hit Beck.
No.
Was more on the defensive survival mode. That made it hard. You got to open up to try to win so you can make that mistake that he wants you to make, and then he can land his punches.
I don't think I've ever talked about a 6-0 fighter this much in my career, but that's how special he is. Coach, there was a question in there. What kind of defense does Beck have? We haven't seen him use it.
Well, look, Beck defensively, he moves. When he wants to just stay in there and block, he'll block. When he wants to move and avoid getting hit, he will. He moves really well. He has beautiful angles. But every time Beck makes a move, he's studying you. He's moving. And I can tell you one thing about Beck is this. Beck is a fighter that you cannot read. If I was to fight against Beck, it would be so complicated for me to put a plan together to beat him. Why? Because he's not a one-dimensional fighter. He has great footwork. He punches with both hands, and I mean his in and outs, his angles, and everything is just very awkward for anybody. I last night after training, we were talking about it, and I tell some of the sparring partners, I told Antonio and Alec, who is part of the team, I said, watch guys, let me tell you guys what makes Beck so special. And I asked the sparring partners, guys, come here. Isn't this right? Beck is so uncomfortable in there. Yeah, he's very uncomfortable. I mean, when we think he's there to hit him, he's not. And when we throw punches, we miss and he catches us. Like, he's so uncomfortable in front of you that you have to be in there to see it actually. And when he hits you, he hurts you regardless where he hits you.
Yeah, that's I'm showing the picture right there. Bektemir Melikuziev, who has 233,000 followers on Instagram.
Tell me what other fighter with 6-0 has that many followers too, or what he's done as an amateur. I mean, he has tremendous credentials.
He has a huge paw. Like, he doesn't have a fist. He has a paw, Coach.
No, he has a paw. He has a fist.
By the way, he is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's a lieutenant.
He's in the special forces.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
He has a high rank.
But he's like a high rank.
Yeah.
He's a high rank, yeah.
Yeah, so Coach was telling me that the beret that he wears is a different color because it is kind of equivalent of like the Rangers or the Navy SEALs for the U.S. military. Yeah. Like that. Yeah. So his beret is a different color from the regular soldiers. Like, this guy is just different. I wish I could understand what he was saying. I wish I could have a conversation with him because he just smiles, real nice guy, and then he shakes your hand and you're like, chingasu. Like, this is like you could tell this is a kid who, like, as they would say in Spanish, is de rancho, right? Because he's from the hills.
When they translate it to him, el papá de los pollitos, he said, yeah. Like that. That's how Beck is. El papá de los pollitos.
Yeah. So
January 30th, the world is gonna know who Beck is.
So January 30th in Russia, Tonio said he's going. Is Tonio really going?
Absolutely.
I'm not taking him.
It wouldn't be the same without him.
Tonio said he.
ThursDIAZ from Russia.
Yeah, no chance the computer's gonna be allowed to be used in Moscow, Russia. There's no way. So Razo, get ready. Razo, get ready to be doing the show for 2 weeks. Yeah, January.
Who won't be able to come out after.
All I know, are you taking the account? ThursDIAZ. Are you taking the accountant from Golden Boy? Are you taking Marco Pelayo?
I'll write the checks. We'll wire it. Marco, stay home. You got 2 babies now.
Yeah, so it's only you going, Roberto?
Oscar, Eric,
okay.
Myself.
Oh man, Antonio.
Oscar's a big Beck fan. Oscar's a big Beck fan. He's seen at least half of his fights already.
Oscar was there. Oscar was ringside in Pasadena, and when Beck broke that guy's rib, he broke back-to-back ribs. I remember Oscar looking right at him, and you guys pointing at each other like, "Oh, okay, we got something here." Razo says he's going to Russia. Razo's not going to Russia.
Actually,
Razo, I need him here.
Oscar was a fan of the Springs too on Beck's last fight. And
against Campbell.
I was in the corner watching the fight. I was, when we were in the fight, Oscar's sitting like right behind us, and before the fight started, he's telling the guy's name, "Hey, keep an eye on this guy. Watch him, watch him." And as soon as Beck started, unloading, and then I sort of glanced at Oscar and goes, "I told you guys, watch him." And when Beck knocked him out, and Oscar jumped up, he went up there, but. Yes, Oscar is a big Beck fan.
He believes in Beck so much, and look, Beck is the real deal. There's no hype there. He's showing it with proof.
We've spent 15 minutes talking about a guy who's 6-0, but Bektemir Melikuziev, real deal. And he's not even fighting his regular weight. He's normally 168. That's where he belongs. Yeah, that's kind of
10 pounds above. That's even more. Not only is he fighting a guy with that much experience, former world champion, with all the credentials in the world, who just went 11 rounds with Canelo, who was up until the 11th round, it was a very close fight, and then he's giving them that much weight difference.
And final thing on Beck is he's from Uzbekistan. He's going to go fight Kovalev in Kovalev's backyard of Moscow, Russia. Like,
that's even more. Imagine, see, everything. What else can you ask for? That's a real fighter.
Only thing I can ask for is that if Tonio really goes, that he brings back good vodka. Don't be bringing the cheap vodka, Tonio. I want a good vodka. No, I know you will. I want Tonio to bring it. The proof that Tonio actually did.
Tonio needs to bring it.
Yeah, Tonio needs to bring it. And then February 13th, we can drink it at Fantasy Spring when Jojo Diaz defends his title.
No. The Avalon, baby, the Avalon. Hollywood, red carpet. Let's go. The stars are out.
Avalon.
LA.
Wait. Is that breaking news? Where's the fight at?
Avalon. Avalon Theater, Hollywood.
Oh.
Stack card. Stack card.
Well, do tell. February 13th, Avalon in Hollywood.
Avalon in Hollywood. Jojo Diaz, South El Monte's pride and IBF world champion, will be defending his title against his mandatory, Rakimov.
Yep.
Undefeated Russian, #1 in the world. Co-main event, Patrick Texeira defending against his mandatory, #1 in the world, Castaño. Brazil against Argentina. Cenicia Estrada will be back. East LA, the pride of East LA, fighting for another world title at 105 pounds. And you got a stacked undercard. We'll be announcing very soon Azat, Ronnie Rios. I mean, it's going to be very fun, a very fun night of boxing.
Well, Roberto, your entire staff is telling you to shh because you weren't listening.
Don't announce it.
It's all right.
I'll let PR take over and social media to make those announcements. But
yeah, I'll keep waiting for that.
Amazing card on February 13th for Valentine's, my bloody Valentine.
All right, so me and Razzle will be having a good time on Valentine's. Razzle's going to be my Valentine. So February 13th, that is going to be in Hollywood. It's a Saturday. There you go, exclusive on ThursDIAZ. So there we go, we're going to Hollywood. So Toño, bring my vodka to Hollywood. Chingasu.
Oh, Razzle's already looking for his ¿cómo se llama? His cutoffs?
Wait, Marcelino Lopez is fighting?
No, not on February 13th.
See, Toño's lying to us. See, that's it. All right, I'm getting tired, so we're going to have to finish the show.
Marcelino wanted to fight because Brian Castaño, his paisano, is on the card. But I'm working on another try. Joel, I'll let you know now in front of the world.
Aye.
Let's try to do the Cano rematch.
Let's do it.
I'm going to work on it.
Let's do it.
I got to talk to the other side, but I like the fight. I mean, it's like no time to, with this COVID, no time to, tune-ups and here and there. So
wait,
I'll call you after the broadcast tomorrow or next week.
Wait, just like that?
You really want to put Cano in retirement for real, huh?
There you go. It's a real fight. See? He did it
Roberto,
once. Why can't he do it twice?
Look, Marcelino started training. Already has been in 2 weeks already training. Because recently he told me, hey, coach, le mandó un mensaje a Roberto y posiblemente él pelea pronto. Ok, no hay problema, ok, está bien. Mantente en contacto con Roberto, tú dime, ok, va. He's been sparring, he's been looking great. I mean, he's looking really, really sharp. Pero,
good.
I mean, I like that idea. You want the rematch with Cano? Let's do it. I'm looking forward to it.
Beautiful.
Tú nomás dime cuándo y se hace la cosa. I mean, I as of right now, you tell me where to sign and I approve it.
¿Ya ves? See?
See,
when you have teams that really believe in their fighter, there's no reason why not to make the fights.
See, Razzle?
When they have doubts, no, todavía no, dame 15 tune-ups. And then we can do it. Puta madre, I don't know if we're going to be around for 15 tune-ups, cabrón. We might be, in the way things are going, se acaba el mundo. Let's do it now.
Razzle, if you want to make a fight, come on ThursDIAZ and talk to the manager, and then you get a fight done. Because they can't say no. They can't say no on the show because it's live. All right.
Now I'm on the spot. What if I call Cano tomorrow? He says, why are you going to put me through hell? Hey, remember, Marcelino knocked out Cano in 2 rounds.
Yep.
El Niño Lopez knocked out Pablo Cano. Virgil Ortiz, I saw there was news about him today. Anything?
March 27. Let's get it back. Virgil, 17-0. It's
back in action.
Soon.
Okay, so March 27th. Let me see. Yeah, it's a Saturday. I'm available. Where at, Roberto? Since you're saying all the information.
Well, I mean, chances are we can be back in Texas. I'll let you know that much. Hopefully, we'll be announcing. I know there's already a little rumors out there in Twitter world and social media. Let's get the fight done, and we'll make the announcement once it's done and official. But
I mean,
it's close.
Okay, and then in April, who's fighting? And then in May, what about? Okay, now forget you, Roberto, because I know your staff is getting mad at you for giving everything here. Coach, are you fighting Canelo? You and the Turkish Mafia?
Well, look,
Oh,
the thing is this. I mean, all of a sudden, uh, what's his name?
Ahmed.
Ahmed calls me and he tells me, Coach, there's a possible fight. Can you come to Germany? I said, I can't. Can you come train Abney? Because there's a possibility to fight Canelo in February. And I said, well, the thing is this, I'm here. I cannot go. I have Beck fighting on the 30th. I can't go nowhere. Coach, can you send your brother to Germany? I can't because my
Woof.
brother is part of my team.
Yep.
And it's just complicated. Well, can I send Abney to Mexico, and can somebody go train him in Mexico? Like I said, we are getting ready for a big fight against Kovalev. You're just telling me this right now. Oh, because Canelo wants to fight in February, but we're just waiting to see if it's gonna be in Mexico or not. I say, you know what? If it happens, I don't think it'll be in Mexico. Maybe Canelo wants to fight in Dallas where there's people again. Maybe I don't know. So he goes, okay, I will let you know as soon as I get an update, see what's going on. But I think we are gonna be fighting Canelo, and I'll let you know because he gets his visa after January 20th, and we'll figure it out from there. I said, okay, well, please let me know. But as of right now, uh, we got Beck fighting in Russia, January 30th, so I can't go nowhere, and I gotta be here with Beck.
There it is. That's the business side.
¿Ya ves? Ya ves que no nada más es familia porque the Díaz es familia porque hay sangre que corre por estas venas. Somos familia.
But coach, what if he gives you a bunch of money for Toño?
If you give me a
Look, it's
bunch of
not
money for
money that
Toyo,
drives them. Look, a long time ago, I'm gonna tell you something, Beto. A long time ago, Chavez Jr. was gonna fight Canelo. Chavez Jr.'s team approached Coach and said, "Can you please train him? We'll pay you. There's a lot of money. We'll pay you." And Coach said, "No, it's not about money. It's not about money." And you know what? Sometimes, yes, for 90% out there, it is about money.
yeah.
For a very few, it's not always about money. I've seen it with very few fighters. I've seen it with only a couple of teams, coaches, trainers. That's loyalty. That's family. That's family. Not blood. That's family.
That's rare to
And
see in
that's
this
why,
sport.
I
That's rare.
I would.
But coach, Toño says hell no, he won't go.
I know, but the thing is this. The
he's
thing,
a
the
Diaz,
thing is
cabrón.
this, Beto. Uh, I mean, through all this time, we've been part of the Golden Boy family.
Yeah.
We've been part of the Golden Boy family. My son is a part of the Golden Boy family. They opened the doors for him. He's there, so I'm part of their family as well. When I was approached for the fight, when the Chavez Canelo, and I said, oh, I was in Fantasy Springs. I was like cornered, and they said, hey, we want to talk to you. We want to see if there's a possibility you can help us with Chavez Jr. For this camp. He's fighting Canelo, and I said, okay, let me get back with you guys. Let me see what I can do. So then at that moment, a day later, I called Roberto. I said, Roberto, this is what's going on. But you know what, Roberto? Me putting the plan together to beat Canelo, I would feel awkward being in the opposite corner as you guys. So it's letting you know that I'm gonna turn this down. And Roberto says, well, uh,
And I
appreciate that,
would
but I said,
never, I would never go, hey, please, Joel. I mean, I know it's a lot of money, but be with us. Look, money's money. Money's green. Money's what helps us feed our family, take care of our family, and our well-being. So it wouldn't have been anything bad because, hey, he's making good money. How do you say don't do it? I didn't know about it until Joel brought it to my attention and said, I turned it down because of this. I'm not going to go against you guys. And you know what? He started training on me because I asked him, hey, can you help me? Can you send somebody to pick the kid up and train him? I think he'll be a good fit. And obviously, things turned one way. One day, all of a sudden, I'm going to sign Avni, and I've been working with Avni and his promoter for 5 years. Next thing you know, I get an email where we're being promoted by so and so. That's boxing. That's boxing. But I was like, when I called the promoter and I said, "Hey, brother, what happened?" I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have to understand, it's nothing personal. I'm still your brother. No, but you did this when you told me this. I said, okay. However, I never called Joel. As many times as I wanted to, I never called Joel to say, don't train him. Because it's a big fight. And if Joel can make money, adelante. I can't say, don't do it. But he answered it. Oh, coach, es una chingona. What did he put? You can't even spell right now. What did he put over there?
See, that's why the CFO should only deal with money.
No spelling for.
No spelling for the CFO. All right, so there it is. We got a lot of breaking news, Coach. Respect to you for what you're doing, and things could be changing. Who knows? But if I was you, I would sell Toño for $250,000 and a Mercedes.
Sell Toño? No, that's too much.
Hey, Turkish Mafia's in desperate times. You're in control right now.
That's true.
You're in control.
Mafia. That's true.
Look, $250, give Toño $25, and you get a Mercedes. Because he's a German.
That's true.
It's cool. I mean, I think that'll happen. All right. I got to go because if you could tell, I'm like really short of breath and I'm getting tired. Coach, I know you're getting a little tired too.
I'm good.
Yeah, but once we get done, it's going to be.
I'm actually, you know what? I'm actually happy to see you guys.
It's fun. It's a good distraction.
I'm very happy to see you guys. I miss you guys so much.
Really happy that you're good, that you're healthy. I mean, when you were in Phoenix and, we were texting and I told you, hey, whatever you need, I mean, whatever you need, I'll make sure you'll get it.
Coach, you offered your house to me, and like that.
I offered you. I appreciate it. If you want to drive here to Indio, I have an apartment. You can stay in my apartment.
I appreciate that
as long as you want. And we're here. We're a team. We're here to help. I will do the same thing for you, for Roberto, for anybody. Because we are a family, and I'm just happy that you guys are healthy. I'm happy that you guys are healthy, that you guys are good, you guys' family are good, and that's a plus, and I'm just happy to see you guys, honestly.
Yeah. Roberto, did you fill up your glass again, birthday boy?
I'm trying, but I gotta use it up. So I
He's been struggling with that.
What are you doing? What is that?
I got one of those. Yeah, I mean, it's a needle.
I'm gonna explain something to you guys on this apparatus that I don't know how to use. So I thought I was going to have one glass. Only one.
Roberto, sácale el aire. Just sácale el aire and then it will suck another glass.
I know, pero no sé cómo sacarle el aire.
Arriba, ahí. No. And now you should pour it. And just turn it. No, pero voltea la botella. Now push the same button. ¿No sale?
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. You're right. You're right. I think it's coming.
Yeah, I have
this
one of
is
those.
A live show.
I have one of those.
This is a live show.
Your bottle.
Yeah, you're right. You gotta now because the bottle's halfway empty. Now I gotta tilt it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So what it is, Beto? It's a little apparatus. If you don't want to open up a bottle of wine, because if you open it completely, you got to drink it. Otherwise, the wine will get bad, right?
Of course.
So it's a little thing that goes through the cork.
It's a needle.
A needle that goes through the cork and then dry. Like you have a good bottle of wine. You just want one glass. You use that to have one drink.
Oh, okay. Instead of opening up and then.
And the cork has never been opened, never been pulled. The needle, does what it's
seal
supposed
the cork
to do
again.
Oh, muy fine. So you have your glass?
So I didn't think I was gonna have more than one glass. That we were gonna be talking so much about boxing and reminiscing. I would have pulled the cork and had the bottle. But
Yeah, you would have had the decanter. Like I told Coach, we'll just do a quick show. I even told both of you guys, we'll do a quick show because I get tired. But the Platica got good. The therapy with COVID got good. So it's all kinds of good. But since Roberto's poured a glass, all right. Well, we'll take a couple questions for the next. We'll do 10 more minutes.
from the Fanático.
Yeah, 10 more minutes. That'll give us a good, solid 2 hours. Toño is not going anywhere. So if you guys have questions, go for it right now. Go for it. What's going on? Coach, what was the question I had for you? Oh, your gym. So it's almost ready to be opened?
It needs a little bit of cosmetic work.
Okay.
I mean, everything's already. We're already towards almost finishing it up. You know.
Okay.
A lot of things have been done in the last month or so. Now the cosmetic parts, like the painting, a little bit of things, But actually today, I trained the amateurs, the kids there in a small group. Just Antonio and I took the kids over there. First day today that when we turned on the lights and worked out in there in the afternoon with the kids. But pretty soon we should be working there and looking forward to open the doors and letting you guys know so you guys can come down and check it out.
There you go. All right, Roberto, question for you. What's next for Linares?
Jorge Linares is training 100%. Carlos Rodriguez, he wants Ryan Garcia really bad.
Oh, yeah, he tweeted it.
If that's at this time possible. But Jorge's in that mix. Look, it's going to be Ryan against Haney or Ryan against Fortuna, Haney against Linares. It's going to be there because those four have to eliminate each other to make the number one fighter at the WBC world title. I mean, obviously there's Teofimo, who's the champion. But Jorge is there. He's very close. And at Jorge's level right now, oh, shit, who's that? That's your tweet. I thought it was Jorge coming out.
No, it was Linares. That's what he tweeted after the fight.
He tweeted that. No estás ready para pelear conmigo, Nino. Jorge is in his prime, and there's no time for tune-ups. There's no time for this fight or that fight. He's ready for the big dogs in the division. He has the experience. It's time for him. It's now or never. And he's ready. He wants it.
So there's your Jorge Linares update. He's been working out. Eric Peñeta, I don't have an inhaler. I just get short breath. It just happens. This is the most I've talked in 3 weeks. Victor Granillo, appreciate you. Algo todo eso. All right, so here he is. Okay.
Gracias, Victor.
We appreciate everybody. So once again, make sure you guys subscribe on YouTube, and if you want to listen, there is the ThursDIAZ page on iTunes, Spotify. Go and check that out. A lot of people listen to it. Go and look. It's a special page specifically on iTunes. So go and subscribe to ThursDIAZ, and you can hear all past episodes. It's there, so if you're not able to listen on YouTube. All right, so there it is. No more questions. Razo, we appreciate you, everybody listening. Coach, the picture behind you, the one with Provodnikov. How'd that happen? Who made that for you?
Ruslan brought it from me, from Russia.
Wow.
It's actually just a piece of wood, and all the shading is burned.
Oh wow!
Yeah, there's no paint on it. It's just a piece of wood.
Wow!
It's a piece of wood, and all the shading, the eyes, the glasses, everything is just like they torch it with a torch.
Oh,
and it looks so real.
Yeah, I thought it was a painting.
All the features, everything looks so good.
Everything. They do that with a torch. It's just torch. It's just they burn the wood, all the shading, everything, the lining and everything is just with a torch. They burned it. All the frame is burnt, and all my shirt, my glasses, everything is just.
Look at the cross.
Yeah.
Look at the cross. They couldn't have burnt that. They left that not burnt. I mean, look at that. The detail.
I thought it was.
There's no paint whatsoever on that picture. It's just torch.
I thought that was a painting. Wow. All right, last question. Victor, ask any news on Franco and Maloney, Roberto?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, it's in the works. The third fight. You know what? Franco and the team and us, we're open to it. We've had two. Obviously, the first fight was amazing. The second fight didn't get going. The third fight will be just like the first fight. And once it gets in the ring, it'll be settled. The dust will settle, and Frank will be his hands raised, and 210 in the house, baby.
San Antonio. Ready to go. All right. So there it is. The first ThursDIAZ of 2021. And we had Roberto, the birthday boy, coming in. Joel Diaz coming in.
It was the first. It was the first. Most important.
The most important. And then next week, you guys are still here. All right. So next week, we'll do the show. And then in 2 weeks, it'll be me and Roslo because you guys will be in Russia. Because I do not want you guys getting in trouble in Russia. I don't care if it's free now. It doesn't matter. I'm not worried.
Bek the Bully. Bek the Bully. It's not a hype job, baby.
Don't
It's
miss
the
it.
real deal.
Don't
Bek
miss.
the Bully.
Don't miss his fight.
Thanks for
Kovalev, Bek the Bully.
Yeah, thanks for watching this edition of COVID Therapy and Roberto Birthday and Bek the Bully announcements, and Roberto breaking all the news of the Golden Boy schedule. So I'm pretty sure everybody in the office is going to be happy with you, Roberto. So no problem. A trabajar. That's it.
Hey, Joelito, turn off all the fires. I gotta give a shout out. I went to the office yesterday to do some work, and I found a little Christmas gift. And I opened it up from Joelito and Carlita. And I know it must have really, really cost Joelito a dime or like hard to get it to buy what he bought and got it for me. But I'm very grateful. I got my bottle openers. They're beautiful bats, but they're bottle openers of the San Francisco Giants.
All right.
49ers. I know that must have been tough for him to buy. Gift wrapped and be nice. I think Carlita must have helped them to come on, Juanito, it's okay.
Yeah.
But San Francisco Giants and Antonio, you'll be happy. San Francisco 49ers.
There you go. You got the
Antonio's
Christmas
not
gift.
that happy.
And then
actually,
I know we had a horrible year.
Actually, Carlita and Juanito are here. Carlita brought a rosca. I think as of today, my rosca's gonna be like the way she brought tres leche rosca, So
What?
Yeah, They cut a rosca right now, and I said, hey, they included me earlier before we started. A tres leche rosca, like the best I've ever had. So from now on, I'm gonna have tres
You
leche
don't have
rosca.
that in Salton City?
Yeah, that's whatever country she lives in. That's pretty good.
Wow, I've never heard. You know what? One of the things I don't like about the rosca.
And look, my piece.
Hi.
Oh, los tamales.
That's why they wanted me. They included me in. So
one of the things I don't like about rosca is
tastes
that
terrible.
It's so dry.
Yeah.
It's dry.
no,
And
not
right
this one.
now, my favorite dessert is pastel de tres leches. So a rosca of tres leches?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Look, I got a big old piece. No quedó nada.
You gotta start hanging out with Carlita. She knows all these little places in LA.
I
Yeah,
know.
the appetite is back for Coach. Good luck to Razo and the Rams on Sunday. They'll play the Seahawks. And then, actually, Razo, I'm going to be on CBS. I'll be on Channel 2 after the game. Oh, no.
Seahawks.
Oh, they play Saturday. I don't know. Anyways, watch me on Sunday on Channel 2. Hopefully I look skinny. Razo, we'll see you next week. And okay, in all seriousness, great job by Razo and the Golden Boy staff in Dallas. I wasn't there, but I've seen how hard it is to do a bubble, let alone a bubble in a state that you're not familiar with. So kudos to Razo and the entire staff for getting everybody COVID-free and done.
Carla and Razo, who kicked ass during that whole thing. And DeMarco, who stepped up. Ernie, who stepped up and doing things that weren't part of their normal jobs. Absolutely. Great job.
Yeah, and final thing. Oh, somebody's asking about Jeremiah. Jeremiah Gallegos is going to be doing the open for our show. I'm going to have him put on his little tuxedo, and he's going to do.
Why didn't you say little tuxedo?
Because he's
Exactly. Why did you say little tuxedo?
Because it's a little tuxedo. Because I wear a 44, he wears a 34. There's nothing wrong with that. He knows.
Little tuxedo.
Because
Jeremiah, you're listening, cabrón. No te dejes.
Jeremiah's in Galveston, Texas right now at the beach, and he knows his tuxedo is small.
Oh, his surfboard is bigger.
Yeah, well his
little surfboard.
His paddle board would be like a boogie board for us. It doesn't matter. Jeremiah knows. Jeremiah's our guy.
Roberto, we were in Oklahoma, Roberto, and after the fight, we were trying to look for food, right? Because we were in a bubble.
Yeah.
And they were bringing
Tulsa
food to the rooms, right? So after the fight, I mean, if we go to the room, we didn't know if we were gonna get food because we were in the dressing room most of the day, and we were getting food, throughout the day. So are we gonna get food or not? So we're downstairs after the fight, and they're like, "Okay, guys, you guys want to eat? Yeah, we're looking for food." We'll go in there. There's a lot of pizzas, and there was maybe like 30 pizzas, big pizzas. Yeah, you guys can, serve yourselves. So we got a couple pizzas. We sat down, and then Beto came over, and there was also salad. There was also salads, right? So then Jeremiah pulls up, and he has this little tuxedo, and then Jeremiah's hungry, and Beto asks him, "Hey, you gonna eat?" He goes, "Yeah, but I don't know what to eat. You have salads?" I go, "Come on, Jeremiah, don't look for salad. Just get a pizza." He goes, "No, because if I eat pizza, then this button will not come."
What?
The buttons will pop off. They'll be flying.
Yeah. No, he said that if he would eat a slice of pizza, the button would not close on his little suit.
Yeah, Jeremiah Gallegos, he's awesome, great guy. It's Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's midnight, and they only have pizza and like a little and the worst salad you've ever seen because it's been out for a while. And he's like, "No, I got the button. I gotta watch my weight. Shut up, the show's over, man. You can get another tailor for next week. Don't worry about it." But Jeremiah's gonna do the open for our show where he's gonna do the fancy ThursDIAZ. Jeremiah has that great voice. He's awesome. Does and he's like, "It's golden time." I'm like, no golden time here. It's all right. Leave the golden time for you.
It's ThursDIAZ.
It's ThursDIAZ.
Hey, he better show that ring though.
Oh yeah, his big old Houston Astros ring.
He better show that ring.
Yeah. Oh, you want him to do the video? I was just gonna use his voice. Should we get him? Hey, should we make him do a little video with
him in his little tuxedo?
All right.
I never said, Jeremiah, just to be clear, I never said your little tuxedo.
I said it.
Me neither. Beto did.
I said
it. It makes it sound like it's hold on, let me get on the camera. A little tuxedo, like
Jeremiah's tuxedo.
I said it, man.
I never said little tuxedo.
First of all, Jeremiah, he's like you, Roberto. He wears a jacket once and then throws it away. You never see him in the same place.
I don't throw it away, cabrón. I sell it.
He gives it to
Pepe Gomez. No, you.
Pepe gives them to me, cabrón. These are too crazy.
Yeah, but, you did have a great tuxedo in Dallas. That jacket looked awesome.
Who?
You. No, you.
Black.
Or whatever it was. Well, it wasn't a little tuxedo. It was a nice big jacket.
So now mine is big. Oh, big. You're on fire today, cabrón.
Hey, because I can't. My lungs are on fire right now, so I gotta end the show. Cause I still gotta.
James Wilkins' manager Jason says you guys should go on YouTube. It's a great show, bro.
Oh yeah, Crunch Time. Crunch Time is.
We are on YouTube, no?
Yeah, Crunch Time does a. That kid, I like him. I can't wait to see him back in the fight, in the ring. So all right, so everybody, for real, yeah. Buenas noches. Coach got to go make tamales. Roberto's got to just open up the bottle of wine. I don't even know why you're only gonna drink one glass.
I did open it finally because I didn't know how to open it or how to pour the little ones. So Carla came in and opened it.
Good.
When I bought that gadget, when I bought the same gadget that you got, I got it with a purpose because I had like 50 bottles of wine, and I was like, sometimes you don't want to open it. Well, the first day I got that, my wife and I said we're gonna, so we put it in there and we're serving ourselves. We finished the bottle, so. Why not just take off the cork from the beginning? We used that thing. At the end of the day, we ended up with a bottle.
What's the point of having only one glass? I don't understand.
No. But the point of that machine is maybe you have a bottle of wine
Yeah.
that is very old, and you just want to have a little taste,
A little
little
bit, yeah.
once in a while, so you don't pop the cork. Because once you pop it, you got to finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this little gadget, yeah, you're right. A little needle comes in, takes out what you're gonna drink, and then you could put it away for another day.
That's para la gente,
Today, I thought
la gente educada. That's the fancy
you're gonna have
people.
one drink. You see where
Wonder.
Yeah, you can have a
Right.
glass and put the bottle back, and nothing
the
happens.
cork is gone now, the bottle's finished,
Because that needle comes up and it seals the cork again. So
the cork goes back.
Yeah.
Pues como ustedes son finos, yo no. I open up the bottle, we're going to finish the damn thing, even if it's by myself. Eventually going to do that. Oh, and my final thing, my recommendation on Netflix, watch Monarca on Netflix. Oh, come on, coach. Get in there. Roberto, you didn't like it?
No, I didn't watch.
Why?
The second episode no me gustó.
Roberto, get to the third episode. I watched.
Oh yeah, you like that scene?
Yeah, well, heck yeah.
I'll check it out.
Hey, first of all, the fact that me, Pocho Beto, is recommending a show in Spanish should tell you that it's good.
Okay.
I put subtitles on. So Monarca is novela, and I loved it. I finished both seasons over the weekend, and it's woo. Escándalo. I love the escándalo. And then
You
on that
must have had some time in your hands, huh?
I ain't going anywhere. So what are you doing? All right, we'll see you guys next week. I expect a book report on Monarca. Roberto, you better watch it because it's a bunch of fancy Mexicans, people that you know.
Oh, ThursDIAZ, you're in it.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you guys
But
next
Lopez
week.
is in there probably.
Oh, for sure. For sure. All right, buenas noches, everybody. Thanks for watching another edition of ThursDIAZ.
Beto, have a good night.
Much.
Beto.
Cuídense mucho. Los veo pronto.
Está bien. Hey, cuídense.